Hello and welcome to this tutorial. I know it's been a long time since I've actually posted a recent tutorial on any subject here. Well, by complete domination of all the comments that I've seen on the registration tutorial about how badly the coding is, well, all your determination to get me to do another one has actually finally made me want to do another one. So I am going to actually make this a registration tutorial again, but this tutorial will be much better than it was in October. It's been half a year since I've really done another tutorial that I've wanted to post back onto YouTube. So I guess this is one lucky day for anybody who actually wants to watch. So here we go. First off, we're just gonna just set up some functions that I want to go through so we can easily make things more secure. Okay, well, first off, just start off with the opening PHP tag. If you don't know that already, it is a less than tag, question mark, and the letters PHP. And now we're going to create a function. We're going to call this function protect. And the value of protect will be just a variable named value. And then we're just going to give this some more values here. MySQL real escape string value, which will basically prevent it almost completely from a squall injection. And we'll strip some slashes, just in case anybody wants to add some slashes. Okay, before we actually want to do that function, we're going to connect to the database. So let's make a variable called C and do mysql connect and host username and password. Since I'm not using a password, I'm just going to put two quotes there. And now we'll actually select the database. And I called it the database user. And we're going to refer to mysql connection by placing the variable in there. We're just going to add an OR here, which will basically check to make sure it could find the connection to see if it's available at the time. Well, once you have the function, you should just go ahead and put some breaks before it and just be able to connect to your database. If you don't already know, connecting to your database requires two functions that are in PHP. That uses the mysql connect and mysql select DB. DB obviously stands for database. Okay? Well, I will be posting this script off on my website, neoblob.com/php squad. Yeah, you should be able to find the source here. Okay, now we'll put a few breaks down after the function that we've just made, and let's get started. Here we go. Now, if you want, you can make a separate file and just include it as the registration script goes on, like a form if you want to, but I think it's best if we just keep it one file for now. Unless you want to make a new file, you can go for it. Okay, basically, I'm gonna give ourselves an action here, a variable action. It's just gonna use a get statement, and it's gonna see if anything in the URL has the get in it. But now we're gonna look for is the basically the act get. Now we're just gonna protect this action just by using our function that we previously created here, and we'll go down, and then we'll do an if statement to see if the action exists. If first we're going to see, we're going to do if exclamation point and then the action variable to see. Basically we're telling the script that if the action variable doesn't exist, do this, okay? And now here we'll echo off the form. Okay? We're not gonna make this anything fancy, just a table and a form. If you want to, you can go ahead and make your own CSS with it and enhance it with whatever you want. Okay. So what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stop the recording and I will just echo off the whole form table part right now, and you'll see it in about a second. Okay. What I want you to see here is I'm gonna be creating a for statement to basically shoot out all the days in a month. So a normal month will have 30 or 31 days, excluding February, of course, because that's 28. But within the registration, I will actually check to see if the year is a leap year, and if they chose February 4th, or what am I thinking? February like 29th. If that year was on a leap year, then basically the birthday is obviously wrong. Well, right here, I'm gonna be creating just a basic drop down using like using a for statement. Okay, obviously. So whatever. I'll teach you this here. We're gonna do for I equals 1. That'll be the starting number of the series here. Okay? And then I will be less than 32. If it's less than 32, that means the highest number will be 31. And just do I plus plus, I being the variable, of course. And then here, we'll echo it off. Option value equals I. And then echo. Okay? And from there on, it's just going to produce 31 options for 31 different days. And we'll just continue keeping this, and I'll be back in another second. Oh, and while I'm doing the month here, you might want to either choose which one you'd rather do, whether it's actually producing a whole list of actual month names, or just creating a list of 1 through 12. But just to make this easier, I'm just going to do 1 through 12, okay? And for this, I'm going to do another, another for statement. So for I equals 1, and then I is less than 13. And then I plus plus. And then just go ahead and echo them off. Same way you did the day. And end it. Okay, and go ahead back, and I'll see you in another minute. Okay, there's another thing I want to show you about another type of for statement that'll produce a variety of numbers. For normal for statements that I've been doing before, the numbers have been going from lowest to highest. So 1, 2, 3. So what I'm going to show you how you could do to go from like 3 to 1. Okay. So we're going to do this for the year. So basically, I is going to equal whatever year you want to start off with. If you want, it could be 2007. But for me, I'm going to do 1994. Okay? And then do I is greater than 1900. Greater than. Notice how I'm doing greater than, not less than. And then do I minus minus. So it'll actually subtract the number from 1994 all the way down to 1900. So it'll go 1994, 1993. And then just go ahead and echo that off. And basically that's really what you need to look at while making sure what kind of statement you're actually doing. Okay? And I'll be back in another second with the code finished. Okay, well I have completed the form, and now let's go check out what it looks like. Okay, I have opened it up. As you can see, I saved it as register.php. Okay, and you can see the birthday, 1 through 31, the month, 1 through 12. You can't really see the 12 there. There you go. And then the years, 1994 all the way down to 1901. And then name, email confirm, email, password confirm, password, and username. Basically, that's all the registration is going to consist of. A username, a password, email, birthday, birthday month, birthday year, and your first name. Now let's actually get back down to the coding. Okay, as you remember, we did if action doesn't exist. But if we go back here, the action will exist and will not print that out. As you can see in the URL, the action is defined right at the end of php.php. So now it's register.php question mark act equals register. The question mark acts as the get part. But of course you can do, actually the question mark starts the actual get part. And like you can do and would equal and you equals someone else, you know? And that you part would be also part of the get part, basically. Okay, now let's go back here. Now after this we'll end that actual whole if statement there. Okay? So let's put a couple breaks down here. And then we're going to put if action equals register. Okay? Because that's what we defined in the form. That's what the action was, register. Now we're just going to go through basic steps. We're going to grab the variables from the form and emit them into the coding. So I'm going to do that right now, and I'll tell you that later. Okay, now I have defined all the variables that are inside the form. Username, password, password confirmation, email, email confirmation, the day, the month, and the year of their birthday, and their first name. Now we're going to go ahead and use the function we created earlier to protect all of these variables from being harmful, because we're using mysql. And just seriously, you don't have to get mad because I could say SQL as squall. And just basically, there's no need to. I mean, I don't really find it offensive that you say my coding sucks. But at times, I mean, it's just not completely necessary when you show no signs of how you can do better. Okay, well, I've just protected all the variables using our function protect right there. And we're going to go ahead and make sure that all these variables are basically there. So we'll just check. We're going to do an if statement inside another if statement. So let's do if we're going to use the is set function that's been built in with PHP. Okay, I'm going to do this right now, and I'll show you the rest of it. Okay, well, I have just completed that if statement there with to check if all the variables exist, and if they do, it'll continue on with the script. So basically, when I want to do another if statement inside of an if statement, I will just tab over 1 or 2 times so I could easily know where the if statement will end. Okay? But now we're gonna check to see if the length of the username is large enough. Like if it's less than, let's say, 3 characters, or string length username is greater than 32. So basically, it's going to check if the username's length is, if it's less than 3 or greater than 32, it will emit an error. So echo username is either too short or too long. Okay, then we'll just do an else. And basically the pattern is just going to continue to create itself. Now we'll go ahead and see if the password, if the length of the password is short enough, or I mean long enough. This time we're going to see if it's greater than 64. And if it is, we'll just echo password is either too short or too long. But just for my sakes, I want to keep the password short enough, but not too long enough, like 64. Most websites will allow you to have your passwords be as many characters as you want, up to like 255, because, yeah. And then we'll just do another else here. And this process will continue until you think everything is pretty much secure, okay? Now, do everything with that. If the email let's do 125. Then we'll just echo off email is either too short or too long. And you should do that with the name too. But some people might have shorter names than others. You never know that. So, string length name less than 2, and make sure the length is not greater than 64. So I don't think anybody's gonna have a 64-letter first name. Your name is either too short or too long. Now, basically, as we've gone through that, we're gonna go and check if the birthday is numeric. Okay, basically, if you haven't learned yet that an exclamation point means like if it isn't. So basically, if the day isn't numeric, or the month isn't numeric, or the year isn't numeric, we'll go ahead and echo you entered an invalid birthday. And now if else, we'll just continue. If day is less than 0 or less than 1, or day is greater than 31, then echo your birthday day is invalid. And we'll just continue doing this step for some time, and I'm going to complete this quick part like right now, so you'll see it in about a second. Okay, since I've started to check if basically everything about the birthday is set up, we're going to go ahead and string around and just make it more secure to check if the email and the email confirmation match and the password and password confirmation match. So from there on we'll do some other stuff and continue from there. So basically we're just going to do another if statement. If password doesn't equal conf. Basically this will check if password doesn't equal the confirmation password. It will echo out your passwords do not match. Yep. And then we'll do the same thing for the email and the confirmation. If email doesn't equal econf, echo your email do not match. Okay. Okay, and from that on, if the emails do match, we'll check to see if the email is an actual email. So right here, we're going to write out something called check email, and this will just be a big string of text that we'll be able to see if the email really works by using a preg match. So I'm just going to type this out, and you can get the source code later easily just by checking out the website, okay? Okay, I've typed out the check email, basically what a simple email should be exactly like. So now we'll use preg match to see if the email is correct. Okay, and then we'll echo, because this is where we're checking if it doesn't match what we're actually looking for. So we'll just echo the email you entered is incorrect. Okay, and somewhere else. Have it. And then from there on, we'll basically check for anything. And also from here we're gonna go back up here and add more to this function. Okay, we're gonna add strip tags from the value of it. Okay, and value equals strip tag value. Okay, this will strip any tag from the value given. With this function, you can also allow some tags if you want to. So, like, if I wanted links to be able to be in there, I'd add that, bold, etc., etc. But I want to strip every single tag to make it as secure as possible. Okay, and now, since the email is fine, emails match, passwords match, we're going to go ahead and check to see if any of this exists in our database. So we're going to do a SQL query, which will select from the users table, and where username equals username. And we'll just we'll query it out. And we're going to add an or die. We don't want the script to continue if there's an error. Okay. And basically we'll do if mysql num rows res. I'm just using shorthand for like result. Echo this username already exists. Okay, and then we'll end that. And we're going to come down here and end this. Oops. Actually pretty long. See where that is. Oops. And we'll do the else actually here. And we'll come down here, tab, and do another SQL query. select from sorry. We'll select from users where email is the person's email. And we'll query that out as we've done before. Okay, and then we'll do the same thing like we did before. If my, oh wow, it's greater than 0. I totally forgot that, wow. Okay, we'll do the same here. If the mysql num rows result is greater than 0, meaning it already exists, echo the email use supply is already in use. And then we'll do anywhere else, mysql query from users where we're going to check if the IP already exists in here. And we'll just do the result again. And we'll just do mysql num address greater than 0, echo your IP is already in use. Now basically, if all of this works out, we're going to go ahead and insert their information into our database here. So basically, else sql equals insert into users. Now we're just going to set all these values here. Username, password, email. Okay, I made a little, right here. I made a table already for what we're going to be using in the database. We have our ID, username, password, email, IP, name, age, birthday, and date. We can actually forget about age since we're only doing birthday. And the date is going to be the day they signed up, okay? So we'll just go ahead and add this in here. IP, what do I do? Name and birthday. Name, b-day, and date. And values. Username. Okay, for the password, we're going to go up here. We're going to add another variable in here. We're going to do password equals MD5 password. We're going to encrypt the password so it's very secure. And then email. I'm going to do IP. Server remote address. And birthday. We'll set up birthday over here. D-Day. Whichever way you want, you can do month, day, year, or day, month, year, whichever you prefer. Birthday. Then what we have here is date. We'll do a quick date over here. So date equals date. Okay. We're gonna do the month, the day, comma, the year, at the time, there, and then there. Basically, F means a full textual month. J is the day without leaving zeros. Year is the capital Y is a full year, like 2006. At is just the at symbol. G is hour, 1 through 12, without leading zeros. I is minutes, and S is seconds, and A will tell us if it's AM or PM, lowercase though. So we'll go down here and do date. That should be it for that. So username, password, IP, birthday, date. Username, password, email. Yeah, IP, date. Okay. IP, birthday, date. Then we'll just do a query for it. Okay, and basically that will just echo, thank you for registering. You may now log in. Okay, and now we're just going to go ahead and end all these statements. It's going to be kind of a lot though. Okay, now let's see where we started. We started 2 tabs down. And apparently 0. Okay, there we go. And then we come down here and end it completely. Now let's go up here and see if any errors have popped in. Oops, line 77. I'm gonna find line 77. Right here. Okay, if you didn't spot that out, I had a colon there instead of a semicolon. So back up there. 192. There. Oops. 124, did that say? 124 is here.
I expected more from you.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Now if it completely loads here, then that means... Okay, let's check this out. I'm going to test my name, Marcus. Password will be Marcus. Oops. Yep. Okay, and confirm it. My email, I would just do admin@emailblog.com. Confirm it, admin@emailblog.com. And my birthday, July 6th, 1992. My name is Marcus. And let's go ahead and register. See if anything... Oh. I have some mysql error if you didn't catch that. It's always good to know that even really fine programmers can have some errors once in a while, you know? So what I'm doing here is just pointing out which one exactly it is. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and resubmit this data. Okay, go ahead and register. Test C. So that means it's this one. That means it passed all the others. So go ahead and push that in. Okay. And now insert into users. Username. So what I did. Username, password, email. IP. Name. So I did that. Oh, okay, we can get rid of the age part here. That's messing up. Forgot I had that in there. Can I delete that in this? Yes. Okay, save. Okay, that's gonna drop. I'll go back and refresh the page. Okay, done. Marcus. Birthday's alright. Register. Column count. I believe I found them later. I'm not really sure though. We'll see here. The count in row 1 basically of here, so let's go ahead and edit this one. Okay, I'm gonna do this quick. Okay, well I've tried rewriting the query here. Let's check it again. Oops. Okay, refresh the page. Markers, register, and thank you for registering email again. Now we go ahead and test this stuff. Basically, we're testing to see if the username already exists. Okay, see, this username already exists. Now let's try a new username. It should say the email is already in use. Okay, and go ahead and register. My IP is already in use. And we'll go ahead and test. And the username. Okay. It should be, if it's less, it's too long, too short. So, make it big now. My IP is already in use. They tried to cheat the system here. Hello. Hi. That's in the password now. Password's too short. Hello. Hello. And then, we'll go ahead and check. See if we can do this. Remember what we did with the month? Okay. I'm gonna actually add something in here. It's greater than birthday. It's birthday. And we'll go ahead and register. Well, basically, I cannot register again unless I change my IP address, which I do not really intend to do. Well, I hope you understand the concept of this. It's probably much better than the other one, and I hope you enjoy this, and I hope you use it for future references. And I guess I'll see you next time. And if you find this video helpful, you could share it along with your friends who need help also. You could rate it or whatever. I hope you have good luck in the future with PHP. Remember, the source is always available at neoblob.com/PHP squad. And I guess I'll see you later. Goodbye.